on everyone? Here's what I got for you guys today. So I've gone through a lot of the basics, categories, team building, but I feel like now it's probably time to teach you guys how to get units, because you know how to put the team together, but you probably don't have the units to put a team together with. So, like I said, you can go to the summon tab whenever there's an event. I'm recording this right before the Heroes banner comes up. If you have units and you're watching this video right now, the Heroes banner comes around once a year, and it's probably one of the most unique banners in this game because it gives you a guaranteed featured unit. There is not a lot of banners that do that. So if you have the stones, you like the characters, you're going to be getting some good units, and I think you'd be able to build yourself a decent team that you could use for a very long time. But if you're going on the free-to-play style, you can go down here, get some units that way. They're not very good, but it'll fill up the spots so you're not just running level 1s. But you can go to event, and these are a blessing from the Dokkan devs. You can go all the way over to story, and there's these two events, where Ginyu Force and Team Bardock. So every single day it rotates out, and you will get an opportunity to fight one of the members of the Ginyu Force or one of the members of the Team Bardock. So what you can do, you just go into the event. I'm just going to take some random team in there, the one I used last.
Let's do this.
Now it's not guaranteed, but you'll actually get free potential orbs, but they're only able to be used on these units. So you get them just by playing through. Try and hit one. Don't try and skip these because you'll just have to go back after you get all the units. Go through. Now I don't really have any idea how hard these are going to be for you guys to do as a starting player, but this unit's this free-to-play event is several years old at this point. You should be able to do this just fine, even with a crappy team. As long as you get 1 or 2 good units and a good friend support, you should be able to get through this. But so here's Captain Ginyu in his wonderful pose. Go through, fight just like normal. Now I'm not even really going to pay attention to what I'm attacking with because this unit is not nearly strong enough to do anything to me. But so we'll take him out. He's gone. And I didn't get the unit that time, but I did get a training item. So, I guess that's something. But, you do this a couple times, you'll get him, and then, like I said in one of my previous videos, you want to get about 15 of these so that you can level up his super attack the whole way, and then you can unlock all of his hidden potential. And then while doing all that, you'll get those orbs that I just passed, and that will give you the capability to level up his hidden potential without actually having to use your precious potential orbs. They're free. Do the same thing with this person. And I believe, and this is going to take you a long time, I understand, but this game is about patience, I've said that before. You will get a lead after doing several of these. It's actually an LR, so if you want your first free-to-play LR, you'll be able to get one by gathering all these units and leveling up to 100% and awakening with everything. You'll also get the awakening medals from this. I believe you get them through missions, but so you just go through, gather as many orbs as you possibly can, do this as many times as you can until you're too bored to do it anymore. This is quite the grind, I understand, it's very boring, I get it. I'm going to be honest, my teams were good enough to the point where I didn't really need to grind these guys up, so I think there's actually a couple of Ginyu Force characters that I haven't grinded up yet. But, we'll go through, we'll take her out. This one's going to be harder. The Ginyu Force is a lot easier, but the units aren't nearly as good. These Team Bardock units are actually really good, so if you can manage to get them, then you should be able to do most events, including the challenge events that I haven't told you guys about yet. Not like the really hard ones like Legendary Goku event and Super Battle Road, but it's something to work with. See, I just got her. I got her as a character. finish out the event. And then right there in the rewards tab, there she is. And then I'll click on her and show you what she does. Now, when you awaken her, she's a low class warrior lead, and all of these guys are going to be low class warriors, so you'll be able to use her as a temporary lead, and then hopefully you can find your friend to do the same thing. You know, she lowers attack and defense. That's something I didn't talk about last time. It does exactly what it says. You know, it just makes their attacks a little bit less strong and their defense a little less high. But then she's got, you know, I mean, defense plus 90. That's a pretty good boost. I mean, she's not there to do damage, but, you know, she dodges just from her passive. You don't even need the hidden potential system. You know, she's an orb changer. She's just an all-around good, solid unit to have if you're free to play. So, and I would suggest doing as much you can on each unit every single day, because these are on a rotation. I believe once a week on one of the weekend days, all of the units are around, but you're not going to have enough stamina to do all of the units in one day without spending stones. You can spend stones to get your stamina back, but it's really just not worth it. So, I also wanted to talk about this. You can get some skill orbs, you know, those the additional attacks and stuff. You can get them from this event. You can only do it once a week. You know, this is that Goku I was telling you guys you should grind up. And then here's how you get some more orbs that aren't, you know, character specific. And then this, I shouldn't have done it, but last night I did. If you do this event, it's not going to level your unit the entire way up, but it's going to level them up pretty high. So then here's some training items for the people that are having a hard time getting their units all the way up to max level. So these two are your friend for that. Some Zenny, because Awakening does require Zenny, so you're going to need to get some of that so you can actually do everything. Here's some more training items, and then some Awakening medals depending on whether or not they need them for Z Awakening and whatnot. But, you know, you do this once a week and do this once a day for the week, and you should be able to have a pretty good unit. And then once you build one of these two teams, either the Team Bardock one or the Ginyu Force one, you should have no problem doing any of these story events. And these units are, in most cases, a lot better. I mean, this is the only one that's up right now, but this Videl and Gohan is actually really good. And you might not have the units to run, but, you know, it's good to always grind up the units even if you can't use them. That way in the future, when you do have enough, you can still use it instead of saying, oh no, I should have grinded it up, but I forgot to and I was just too lazy to do it. You always gotta look at the future rather than right now. This game is very much based in foresight. So I've already done it, so I'm going to go to teams. This is the one I made for you guys last time. So let's say I'm you 1 week in the future, and I am going to put together my Team Bardock team, wherever that is. Give me 1 second to find it. There it is. So here's all the Team Bardock units. The ones that are rainbowed, which is this one, this one, this one, this one, and actually I'll just put them all on. Whenever you do all this and you have everyone rainbowed, you'll get this unit, which is all of them on one card. He's pretty cool. He's actually a pretty decent lead. It's 120%. So I'll put him as my lead. This one's the free to play, this one's free to play, this one's free to play, this one's free to play, and this one's free to play. This is an entire rainbowed free to play team. You know, besides the leader, they actually haven't released all the other copies so that you can do that. But I mean, this is an entire team for, you know, just getting on once a day and using up all your stamina. You're probably gonna have to do that for a couple weeks, but I mean, that's an entire team that you'd be able to take on almost anything. So I'm gonna actually confirm, and let's go over to just like some random challenge event. So this is the Dokkan events, right? Dokkan events are, you know, on these beautiful summoning banners, you can get these Dokkan exclusive units. But in order to awaken those units, you have to beat this mission a whole bunch of times to get their awakening medal. I'm trying to think of a good one to work on. this should be fine. I'm gonna go on a weaker one just in case. You know, like these are free-to-play teams, so they're not super strong, but I don't think we should have any problems here. So I will filter by Team Bardock. You might have a hard time finding friends. Yeah, I am. So I'm just gonna do Pure Saiyans because, you know, they're all still Pure Saiyans, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem to find a leader that way. Pure Saiyans. And then, you know, these guys are Pure Saiyans, but they're not a Pure Saiyans lead, so don't just take them for granted. You gotta find a Pure Saiyans lead. I know which ones they are. Actually, this guy is also a Rainbow lead, and he's actually a free-to-play unit as well. After 1,000 login days, you get this guy for free. But I'm just gonna take him because he's a good, solid lead, and I'm gonna grab this. And all of this, 100% free-to-play. You did not have to spend a single cent to get this team.
Alright, let's do this.
I'm gonna skip this story. It's not too important for this video. These little question marks, sometimes they have key. I always go for key. Look at that. Oh my god, another 5 key. What the heck? Alright, get that key. I usually avoid the damage ones. Get some key. All the way out to Vegeta. Now this is a pretty old event. I don't think we should have any problems. I actually think we're probably going to be a little bit too strong. But this guy is something I haven't talked about yet. He is a support type. So whenever he's on turn, he gives attack and defense to superclass allies, and then he gives attack and defense to Team Bardock allies. So every unit on this team that is both of those is going to get plus 60 attack and defense, which is pretty good. He's also an LR, so his stats are going to be pretty good, but look at Fascia. I mean, she's a free-to-play unit at 60k defense. She's doing alright. Get this LR Goku, because he's pretty good. I'm actually going to keep him on rotation since he's a support. Should be able to take this guy out in one turn. And these Team Bardock units, they actually have some pretty decent animations as well. Compared to the Captain Ginyu Force event and all their units, their animations are pretty bad. They're just, I don't know, they're not great. But, you know, we're cleaning house through this, and this is, again, free to play, no problem. I can't really get type advantage, so I'm just going to go for type neutral. If I put this guy right here, he'll take more damage. Right up here is up in the corner. I can't tap on the screen to show it to you, but they have little arrows indicating which damage is which. So we'll go this way, take care of this. I shouldn't have any problems here. Like I said, these guys aren't the greatest in the world. Now, you saw me in an earlier video doing 6 million damage on my first attack, but that's a completely rainbowed, free, non-free-to-play LR Dokkan Fest. Now, there's LRs and then there's Dokkan Fest LRs. Dokkan Fest LRs are typically a little bit better, but you know, this game has some pretty extreme power creep. I mean, look at that, he broke 1 million damage on a free-to-play team, which is, it's decent. You know, if you're just trying to play the game and have some fun without spending money, then this is not. This is a starter team, by the way. This is not your cap. You're not going to be stuck here. I actually wasn't thinking, and I put him at type disadvantage, but I think he's a pretty defensive unit, so he should be alright. Going through here, we're going to be fine. But as I was saying, this is like a bare minimum starting team, you know? As you play the game, you're going to be able to come across different events that have different free-to-play units, and those free-to-play units are so good. And as you're farming up stuff, you'll get some stones, and like I've been saying, make an educated decision. Try and find a banner that has a lot of value rather than just it being up. When I was first playing this game, I played for almost 2 years and I couldn't do anything because I wasn't paying attention to online YouTubers telling me what to summon on. I wasn't paying attention to, you know, how good the unit was. I'd be like, oh, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that's pretty cool, I'm gonna summon on that, and then I would regret it instantly because first off I didn't get him, and then I got some real crappy featured unit that is not worth 50 stones that I spent. So I recommend, you know, saving up all of your stones until you find a banner that you know is going to be really good and that there's a lot of value on. Because if you're summoning for the brand new shiny unit, and his passive skill and attacks and stuff are like, okay, he's okay, but he's not as good as one that just came out, then even if it's your favorite unit, I mean, if he's really your favorite unit, go for it. But if he's not your favorite unit, I would say, you know, wait for a banner with more value, because Dokkan Fest units, they come back. They come back on rotation. Even the LRs, maybe only once or twice a year, but they do come back. It's not like oh, they're gone forever if you don't get it the first time. I'll tell you a story about, and this is links, I'll go over that in another video. I went for that Transforming Goku really hard when he first came out, and I didn't get him, and I was so upset. I actually stopped playing the game for like a month. But as all the veteran players of this game know, that Transforming Goku is a menace. He is on almost every single banner. He's not that good. I mean, he's really good, but he's not that good. I probably pulled him about 15 times, and it makes me so angry that I wasted all that money trying to get him the first time. Yet I pulled him so many times, and he's not even that good. So be smart with your stones, have fun grinding up these units. They're definitely worth the grind, and then after you do that, you can start getting some better ones. This game is gradual, you just gotta be patient, and well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck.